Okay. Wow. Yeah, that sounds awful. That sounds awful. Let's see. Okay. I mean, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. It's a pregame show. How we doing, chat? Hey, can I get a 1 if we sound good? Hey, if any of y'all heard just buzzing, I apologize. I don't know what that was. Maybe you didn't. I hope you didn't hear it, because I hear it. It was just right before I started the stream, everything was just buzzing. It was like, I don't know what was going on. I've never had that happen. I think it's my headphones. So I'm like, they can't hear that. They shouldn't hear, like, my headphones buzzing. Because it's supposed to be playing beats, but it's buzzing. So I don't know. Maybe that's one of the new beats they dropped, just making buzz noises. I mean, hey, look, it's okay. Anyway, we're here. Let me check, make sure the audio is working, though. Audio output. Yeah, I don't even think it's playing, to be honest. Okay, but just forget that. Forget the beats. We'll figure that out as we get going into this to the actual live stream. How we doing, chat? I got a lot of ones in here. I appreciate y'all joining. Man, I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I like being able to watch games when our games isn't playing. Because like my man just said, I just came here to say I started Dobbs in fantasy. See, that's why I don't know if I like this. Yo, hey, if it was going the other way, if it was 24-3 Saints, I'd feel good right now. I'd be like, yeah, I get to watch some football, then the Lions play. But nah, man. No. I'm just watching the Vikings out here smacking the Saints. Oh, my goodness. Usually I just see the scoreboard, but I'm not really paying attention to it. Now I got to pay attention to it. What's up, Pride? Hey, what's up? Oh, let me make sure I don't got that music blaring through there either. Okay. Okay, good afternoon. Hey, what's up, BB Ipsy? I see you. Had a great week. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm pumped up. I'm pumped up, man. I'm just pumped up to be here, back on a live stream. I'm fired up. Chat, I got something that we got to talk about today. I got a player that we got to talk about. We've talked about him like every pregame show. It always happens. But I got a player that I was thinking about this morning, yo. And actually, this isn't from me directly. It is, but I saw this on a comment section on X, and I was like, okay, hold up. And I really had to step back and think about it. I'm like, yo, this is actually something that we're talking about. Because I could see this guy cooking today. Speaking of cooking, shout out to Charles. What's up, Charles? I see you, Charles. Charles had a good call on DPJ, by the way. I want to give you that shout out. You did. I wasn't sure who was. It was you. Shout out to you. I don't know if we're going to see him today or not. We'll see. That's the bee in my headphones. Dang, I hope not. Now I'm a little scared. Okay, Dobbs is Dobbs is a dog, man. Dobbs is a dog. I'm a little bit upset that they got him. I am. And you're seeing all the plays that he's making today. Everything he's just taking off. He's running, he's scrambling. He does all the off-schedule stuff. That's what makes him so darn annoying. But at the same time, it's why I like him. I don't like that we have to face him now, but I do like him. So, Brian Branch Martin, no. No. I mean, we can't talk about those two because they're going to be my players to watch. Where do we want to start? I don't even know. Chat, I'm going to be reading the chat as well, so throw anything in there y'all want to talk about. I'm going to be waiting on the injury reports to drop. That shouldn't take... I don't know when they're going to come out, to be honest. I wasn't sure. I have no idea. So I just started the show. We'll see. I'm not going to probably go for an hour and a half. We'll probably go like maybe an hour somewhere in that range. We'll see. I mean, if it's popping, we'll let it pop. If not, okay, we'll get out of there. All right. Let me just take off the headphones. Let me take off the headphones because this is buzzing again. Chat, I don't know what's going on. Let me see if I turn them off. That might be a B. Okay. Cool. All right, cool. We're good there. Just announced DBJ is playing. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm excited now. Okay, we can start there. Let's talk. Oh, is not. He is not playing. Dom Feeble-Jones is not playing. Okay, that actually works better. Okay, so I don't know what's going on. So is he playing? Is he not playing? Chat, do we know? I think if we know that, it helps us a little bit to the point. The guy that I want to start with, that I want to talk about today, I'm going to look it up real quick. Oh, the inactives are here. What the heck? All right, well, we'll start with that. The inactives are already here. Chat, let's get right into it. Let me pull that on the screen. I wasn't expecting it that fast. Okay, we're right to the inactives. And also, quick announcement, little side note. The gaming channel, for anybody that's, followed it in the past, it's coming back, man. I got a game downloaded, man. I got a scary game on the way. I am moving the wrong... Hold up, chat. I'm messing everything up here. But it's coming back, so I'm very excited about that. Oh, goodness, I'm moving the wrong stuff. Okay, these are the inactives, if this thing wants to... Come on. There we go. I still don't know what I'm doing, to be honest, with a lot of this stuff. Okay, here we go. This looks... Yeah, I'll just move like this. All right, here we go. Here we go. We got the inactives, chat. The Lions inactives are here. Let me scroll down a little bit. Donovan Peoples-Jones. Okay, so that's what Charles was talking about. Okay, I see you, Charles. I was about to look it up. So now we know. Peoples-Jones is not playing this week. Now, he was questionable. He's dealing with a rib injury. But also this could be getting him up to speed a little bit because it didn't sound like they did a lot of that the week before. when they kind of acquired him through the trade deadline. It sounded like a lot of that was more this week. So he's not playing, which ties into this really well. I would have loved to see him play today, by the way. Ben Johnson was talking a lot of good about him. I actually took some notes on it. Ben Johnson talked about his red zone impact potentially, ability to get downfield. He's like, yo, that guy's got some good film. I think he fell down the draft a little bit. Guys that big, that fast, they don't usually, they're not just out there. And I love the thing that I love the most that he said is how he's a fluid route runner, because for me, I remember we did the immediate Peoples-Jones video, and there's probably more content coming on Peoples-Jones here soon. But the first thing I said was, yo, I think he's a little stiff. And then I had to come back, and I was like, wait a minute. I don't see that as much. I see a lot of good body control. So I love that he said that. You can see Broderick Martin's also on here as well, so maybe that's what chat was pointing out, Broderick Martin. Now, this one's interesting. So I wasn't sure if this was going to happen or not. We can start here. Chat, I see y'all in the chat. I'm just going to go through this real quick. To me, Broderick's interesting because I didn't feel good enough to say that this could happen in my preview video, but it was something I thought was a possibility that isn't played. Now, also, you see Levi's on here as well. And to me, that's mainly a scheme thing. I think that's mainly a scheme thing why he wouldn't be up this week. I would have liked to have him for when they put that offensive lineman at fullback. I would have liked to have a little more shies in there. But I think this is more of a scheme thing, kind of like when Jack Campbell moved to off-ball linebacker after he was playing on the line over and over. I think that's what this kind of is with Broderick Martin as well. Broderick was a little bit hit and miss a little bit last week too, but this makes me think it's a little bit more scheme reliant than anything, just because of how this offense plays, all the zone running, the outside zone plays. I don't know that they want Broderick consistently in that mix. So to me, that's probably what this is. They want maybe a little more quickness, but you can see Levi's not up either. That's been the case for a while now, but he was also injured. So he might just be out because he's injured. Stephen Gilmore, okay, that makes sense. Trevor, that makes sense. He got moved up. They want someone else to take him. Peoples-Jones, and then Big V. So Graham Glasgow starting. All right, that's what we got. JMO 200 drops in one day. Come on, man. All right, let's not do that. Let's go to a positive note on JMO, because here's what I wanted to start with. Actually, I'm gonna quickly here just check and see if we have. I want to just check and see if we have the inactives for the Chargers, because I would assume we would, but actually forget. There's gonna be no inactives for the Chargers. They're all healthy. Is that even worth doing? I mean, I could pull it up, but they're all healthy. All right, I'll throw it on the screen. They're all healthy, dog. There's nothing really here. Scott Matlock, I don't think is healthy, but I mean, look, they're healthy. They're fine. There's nothing really to point out there. All right, here's what I want to start with, chat. Jonah is back. Yes, the offensive line is pretty much back. I mean, I think we're counting Graham as a starter at this point. Pink B headphones. I know, dude. You're right. I got to get new headphones. I was looking at the store. I got to get some new headphones. I want to get a new mic, too. I want to look fancy. Some people, they look fancy when they do this. I don't look as fancy. I got to look a little fancier. That's what that's kind of the plan. Yo, Dion, it's been a long time. How you been doing? I've been good, Dab Daddy. How you doing? I've been good, man. I'm fired up. Anyone play okay, I don't know how to read that. JMO and Hutch are going to have a big game. Okay. So JMO gets the TD today. All right, you guys are saying it. My man just said JMO 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. So this is perfect. You're going to love this. You guys are going to love this. All right? And this is what I came up with this morning. All right? Now, I wasn't confident. I like the prop bets we did. We did prop bet picks this week as well as we usually do. But this is the one that I came up with this morning that I felt really good about. I was like, okay, I really like this idea of this guy potentially having a big game. It could happen. I think a lot of guys could have a big game passing the ball today. But how about Jameson Williams? We've talked about him like every pregame show, usually like, oh, why is he dropping passes? It's that kind of thing. But let's make it positive today. I'm gonna talk about just a little bit of why this could be a Jameson breakout game. Why JMO? Why this could be JMO's game to go crazy. All right? This I think there's a real opportunity here for him. I'm gonna make myself a little bit smaller, because this thing doesn't fill most of the screen. All right, why JMO? Here we go. Here's my reasoning. I came up with 3 reasons. And actually, the last one works great because Donovan's not playing. All right, so if you wanted to even just look at it from that aspect of, well, hold up, Peoples-Jones ain't playing, but soon he will be. Jameson sees that. He wants to go crazy. So I get that, okay? My man said he's predicting Kirby Joseph gets the 2nd pick. I love that. I'm going to tell you about a player I had a dream about. Okay, that sounds weird, but I did. Okay, I had a dream about a player getting an interception earlier this week. I'll tell you about that. But why JMO? So here's my reasoning. First off, what's the route? Y'all see what I did there? Hey, can we get a heart emoji for what we did? What's, where's, who's? Wait, is where's a word? Where's? Oh yeah, where's a word? Stop. I didn't get like when. I didn't put when on there. I could have put when on there, but I got 3 W words. All right. Here are my 3 W words why it could be JMO today. First one, What's the route tree? Okay, so this really hit me this morning when I was thinking about it. Because someone in the comment section said, J-Mo has his breakout game today. And I don't know who it was, but someone did. And I was like, okay. And, you know, I see those things. I read them. Okay, it is what it is. But then I came back and I was like, hold up. Why could this be his day today? I tried to look at it from that perspective. What's the route tree? So this is like when we did the preview. And I'm actually going to show a Jameson clip right now. We did the preview. This was his reception last week. Oh, it's not showing. Okay, let me move it up here. My bad. I moved stuff in the way. So we did the preview this week on this game, and I was talking about the routes and how I think attacking these corners can work and some of the things that we may see in this game. And I think the route tree, where we've seen J-Mo very successful in his short time that we've seen him, really could line up this week. It could line up for him to be successful this week. This is just the one reception he had last week. It was a nice little play here. You know, they go that combo coverage, which, by the way, the Chargers will do as well, right? They'll do the same thing. I'm going to show it one more time. Where one side they'll play man. You can see on the top of the field here. Watch the safety go over top of that inside slot. On the opposite side, they play zone. Goff hits the middle field throw there. And the Chargers will do the same thing. But I said, okay, deep out routes. Guys, we know that's Jameson's bag. Like the speed out routes, he was in his bag there in the preseason. That's where like half his receptions came from in the preseason. I'm looking at this one saying, I don't love Asante Samuel at the top of the route and coverage. So if he's got that matchup, I think Samuel's a good corner, but Jameson can open. I like speed on that guy. And I'm like, okay, I understand why I went to Khalif because I know what Khalif's about. And I know Khalif can handle business. But if it was Jameson and you looked at his skill set, it would make sense that, yeah, that makes sense J-Mo could have success there. And you also look at the underneath stuff, quick stuff, screens, quick routes. Yo, Jameson with the ball in his hands. The cornerback's playing off coverage, especially against You don't think they're going to back up against Jameson Williams? I mean, they back up against everybody. You only going to back up against Jameson Williams? So you give him the ball quick. Boom, turn, give it to him. Those things make sense this week. Why does that not make sense for Jameson? The more I think, I'm like, yo, that would make sense. If he's going to do it, the matchup seems to make sense. So the route tree. What's the route tree? To me, it makes sense. A lot of those routes. Okay. Chat, I see y'all in here. I see y'all in here. I think J-Mo's going to have a breakout Thanksgiving. Okay, that'd be fire. I ain't mad at that. Hey, I ain't mad at it. I've been good, man. Miss watching your streams, brother. You are an upcoming GOAT. I appreciate you, man. Hey, I appreciate you all being in here. I'm fired up because, yo, the season, like we're already halfway through, which is crazy, but I'm getting into the draft stuff already, so I'm starting to watch players for draft, get prepped on that early. Like I said, the gaming channel's coming back, so dog, I'm pumped up. Okay, where's the help? Let me go here, chat. Stick with me. Tell me what you think. I'm reading the chat. I'm not calling them all out, but I'm reading it. So tell Monty better go off. Go J-Mo, go. Okay, I see you. You said Laporta a few minutes ago. Did I say Laporta? No. Okay, I don't know if you're talking about me. I see you. Yeah, no, I still love my prop bets pick. But, okay, let's continue with this. Where's the help? Okay, back to the preview. I would assume their focus is going to be take St. Brown out of the game. All right, specifically on third down. We got to put help to St. Brown. If he's in the slot, all right, let's say they man him up and they play a lot of zone. Maybe we drop someone underneath to play some help. All right, let's just say they're playing man defense. They're going to try to throw some help at St. Brown. That makes sense. If they're doing that, let's say Derwin sees a lot of Sam Laporta in this game. Okay. Now all of a sudden, and they're a heavy zone team, so I don't think they'll live in this. But if they try to, it's where's the one-on-ones? And I was talking about Gibbs a little bit this week, but it always comes back to the outside receivers. Again, Jameson getting that matchup. So where's the help? I would think if I'm if I'm playing the Lions, my focus is, yo, we got to focus on taking away the middle of the field as best as possible. So to me, all the help would go to St. Brown in this game, and Sam Laporta probably sees a lot of Derwin James. I would think that way if I'm a defense. That's how I would approach it. And then also on top of that, if you get a lot of, Lions getting that safety to play Sam Laporta, which it would be specifically Derwin, not if they put like a third safety in, but if they put Derwin on Sam Laporta, now you're getting one deep looks over and over. Again, that's one-on-ones for Jameson. So where's the help? And then finally, who's taking receptions? This is actually to the Donovan Peoples-Jones point. Is Donovan Peoples-Jones in? We know that he's not. All right, so there's that. And then here's my last point. Pass protection. I know, it's like what? On third down specifically because they like to bring pressure. So in pass protection, they love to play cover 3, so you still get one-on-ones there on the outside. If they're leaving Montgomery in for pass protection for a team that likes to dial up different blitzes, they're about average in blitz rate, but they like to do it on third down. If they're leaving Montgomery in there to pass protect, they can still put Gibbs out there. But if they're doing that, and let's say Gibbs isn't out there, now all of a sudden Gibbs isn't eating up those receptions. So again, that could open up Jameson to get targets. And this is to me, it's a very interesting thing, man. I think Jameson has a chance. And really, I found this morning. All right, this is, let me pull it up. I found this morning, and then we'll go to something else. But I found, here we are. All right, so we do these, every week, right? We do the Bet US, we do the prop picks, and I just want to showcase. I thought this was interesting. So this morning I looked for it just to see where Jameson was at. You can see Jameson. I'm not even on the screen. Jameson, over under 1.5 receptions. Now, the yardage is high. I usually don't take Goff over in yards, but he's at 270 something, okay? It's very high because it would make sense that he has a big game. So he's only 1.5 receptions, and his over under yards is 16.5. For Jameson, that might be just one reception. You know what I mean? So not only do I think that's interesting, but I also think, it would make sense. It would make sense. So I wanted to kind of go both things there, okay? So not only is that interesting, I think it would also make sense. Chat, let me know what you think about that one. Let me see. I want another Gibbs breakout game. Hey, I don't know how many I don't know. Would it count as a breakout game if he did it twice? I don't know. It'd be a great game. I'm on board with that. Hey, let's just keep rolling. I'm on board with that. Now, I do think Montgomery's going to be in for a lot of touches today. That's my sense on it. Could be wrong. I just feel like he's probably going to get a lot of touches in this game. Let me go back to here. All right. Okay, we got a lot of stuff going on. Okay, hold up. Hold up. Don't highlight that. Let's go back. Don't. Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay. Nope. Now I'm off the screen. All right. This is good. What are we Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. We're back. All right. Stop clicking stuff. Okay. We're back. I had to start with that. I think he could be in the world of having a big game. It wouldn't shock me. Let's talk draft. I'm prepping for it, man. Are you having a post-game show? Yeah, we're doing the post-game show. Link, top of the description. It's going to be on Bleacher Report. We may do one here as well, but there's also a chance we do a live stream on DoseOfDion Gaming tonight as well, which would be a gaming stream, so that's a possibility. I mean, we could always talk about the game in there too, but that's another possibility. You got to watch Malik Neighbors. Is that his name? Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. from LSU. I'm sure I will. That sounds... All right, what position is that? Right now I'm going through corner. I just got in there, so I'll probably get to them pretty soon. I definitely have to start with some of the higher prospects if that's what they are. That's kind of my plan this year. In the past, I didn't do that, but I think I'm going to do that this year. I went through a couple guys. Offensive lineman is where I start. I've been through like 3 offensive linemen. Now I'm moving to corner just because I kind of wanted to mix it up a little bit. So if that's what that is, I'll probably be hitting them pretty soon. This is bull, but if J-Mo doesn't work, I'm willing to trade him to draft Malik Neighbors. Okay, so it's a receiver. Gotcha. And we'll see, but here's the thing. It's like, for me on Jameson, we'll see. I don't want to go into the whole long-term discussion because a lot of times it just becomes that. But the point is this week makes sense for him to be productive. It makes sense that this could be a game that he's very productive in right before Donovan Peoples-Jones gets in here and he kind of shows him like, yo, hold up. I need to get my touches. And when the matchup presents itself, I'm going to be successful. And I think that matchup could really present itself because Jameson hasn't been like dominant in the game. Like you have to pay attention to him, but to consistently get help or in a third down, like, yo, we're sending help that way. To me, that's not going to be what happens. So he would be the guy that makes sense. The toughest thing about this would be that they play so much zone, right? So he might be having to eat in a little bit of a different way. But, Khalif Raymond, those guys are always successful there. But again, I think Jameson, a lot of early down stuff could work in this one. I think he can easily hit the 1.5. Good morning from SoCal. Go Lions. I see you, Colleen. Minnesota is going to be tough. Dobbs mobile. Oh, yeah. Dobbs is tough, man. Dobbs is tough. But, look, Dobbs is just tough in general. Yo, this dude was tough in the preseason with Cleveland. All right? Where I'm at, a lot of Browns fans around here, every time you watch Cleveland in preseason, it was like, yo, Dobbs is legit. It was like, yo, he's legit. And then they got Deshaun, so you knew they weren't going to go that route. But he was legit in preseason. I know it's preseason. But then he was legit with Arizona, and they're competitive all the time, and it's like, dang, I can't believe they got that dude. So, good for them. That was a good signing. Honestly, the Jets should have picked him up. They didn't. I don't know. I would have picked him up if I was the Jets. I don't know. There's a lot of crazy games going on, by the way, right now. The Browns game got close. I think Deshaun Watson just got hurt, speaking of that, which is unfortunate. Okay. We better draft a D lineman in the first round unless there is a player you can't pass up. A D lineman? An edge defender? Is that what you want? Well, speaking of that, let's go here. Here we go. I'll just put this on the screen. This is Let me see if I can put this on the screen. Where am I at? All right, if I go like this, will it pop up? Yeah, okay. Oh, I moved it off the screen. Okay, wow. All right, that's fine. You know what? We'll just stick it in this little box here. That's fine. It's weird looking, but we'll do it, you know. Okay. I don't like this, dog. It's covering me. Hold up. I got to change this. Nah, this is weird. All right. Let me move my... All right, that's the banner. See, y'all like, hold up. What's going on, man? Why you doing this? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to make this thing work. My goodness. Here we go. Okay, cool. Finally, I was like, yo, just go over top. Okay, so here's my players to watch for the game. I'm not gonna like sit here and read through them all. I mean, I can, but I don't need to. I think there's a lot of stuff I've already kind of talked about, but I think this gets the discussion going. Putting myself on the side here. All right, here we go. Question is, how much are we gonna pay St. Brown and Penny when their contracts come? A lot. I mean, hey, whatever it takes. I mean, that's what I'm assuming. I mean, look. Penei Sewell, well, he'll probably reset the market for a right tackle. At the time, he probably will. I don't see a scenario where he doesn't come back. I mean, on top of what he does at right tackle, the fact that he'll play left tackle for us, and the Lions have done that. Now, over the last 2 years, that wasn't just a rookie thing, but they've done that. That just adds to his value. I mean, they're gonna pay Penei. He's reliable, and St. Brown's gonna get that bag too. And I think, you know, like that's always the thing that's boring. And it's also, I think what's tough about it is it's so hard to say like, okay, we know these dudes got to get paid, but also like, well, can we add this guy? It's like, okay, well maybe, but can we really don't know the vision like multiple years out. We don't know what the cap's gonna hit. We don't know what that number's gonna hit. So like, gets super cloudy as soon as you do that. But we know they're gonna get paid. We do know that's something that's on its way. It's just, what is that going to really look like? And plus, you know, that shouldn't really take effect immediately for us, right? Even if they're getting paid after the season, which they probably will, it won't take effect immediately because they're still on their rookie deals, but down the road it will. I mean, that affects more long-term things than really anything there. Trade up and draft Kool-Aid. Teams don't even throw his way. It's time to start questioning Brad Holmes. Hold up. You know what I question about Brad Holmes? Dang, Brad, how did you turn this thing around in 3 years? Phantom, I can't go with you there. I can't. Brad Holmes is doing work. I can't go with him there. Hooker. Okay, I don't know. Are you talking about the quarterback? Look, here's the thing. All right, hold up. My chat is stuck. I don't know if my chat's moving. Yeah, all right, cool. 10 years, $250 million. Holy cow. We gave him a whole quarterback deal, dog. Yo, that's a baseball deal. Hey, he gonna get something good. I don't know about all that, but he's gonna get paid good. I'm not mad at it. You had us losing in your preseason 6-3. I like that 30-28. So when I won't say my prediction in case anybody didn't see the preview. I'll save it for the end. But every time I think about it, I'm like, man, I could really see a lot more scoring. I'm gonna roll with what I put, but I could see a lot more scoring than what I put. Like, it would make sense. But, I mean, both offense can work, man. Here, the run game to me is going to be the equalizer in a way because it's going to run the clock. So there's always that aspect. But it's just like, can either team run the football? And I'm a little bit worried about this. This is why when I know my players to watch, I put Austin Eckler on here. Because I'm worried. I'm worried a little bit that Austin Eckler is going to get it going. And I think he can get it going. I think he's such a staple of that offense. Even though the stats aren't there on the season necessarily, he's so darn effective. I think he could be a complete game changer in that sense. He starts cooking, it changes the game. So I'm curious and see like which team can get the run game going. Obviously, you see I put Monty and Gibbs. Really, I put Gibbs on there. I put Gibbs on there because of the pass game a lot of times. Maybe he gives us some outside runs. You know, Montgomery, I think, gets a lot of the carries. I just think he fits well for the game plan. Sam Laporta versus who? Okay, that's not supposed to be disrespectful. Actually, I'm reading that out loud. That sounds like who's going to guard? Nah, like, it's just who they're going to put on him. I'm just curious to see who they match up on him. Because if the Lions are putting multiple tight ends out there, are they? Because a lot of times you'll see Chargers, you know, like I said, they won't really match. You know, you put 3 tight ends, they won't go linebacker, and leave their safety. They'll put just extra DBs on the field. So it's just like, if we put extra tight ends on the field, does Derwin James get that matchup? He probably will. And then they put an extra defensive back on the field so that we can run the ball. That's the biggest thing. Would you approve the Lions drafted J.J. McCarthy? I would not draft a quarterback after this year. No shot. Not yet. There's nothing for me to do that. Why? Because I have Hendon Hooker. So to me, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't want to draft a quarterback on top of having Hendon Hooker just drafted. I really y'all know I was a big Hendon Hooker fan. So I think he's got a lot there. It's like, yo, you got to clean up the little things, but to me, like, nah, like it's different if I had the 2 pick in the draft and I was like, okay, now we got to make a decision. But no, I wouldn't like consider that. McCarthy probably falls, out of the top 10, I'm assuming he'll probably fall a little bit in the draft, maybe the first couple of rounds. So to me, I wouldn't be super interested in that just because it would kind of line up with where we got Hooker. So I wouldn't go down that path. We need to draft a future left tackle. Decker getting old. That's a real possibility. No, I think that's a real possibility. And there's also the flip side where you say, okay, will the Lions, let's say they give Penei Sewell that big deal, will the Lions look at it and say, hey, we want to flip him back to left tackle? I mean, I think that's also a possibility as well, that they could look at doing something like that. And I actually just recently, I don't remember it off the top of my head, so I'd have to pull it back up. I just recently looked at Taylor Decker's contract. I just don't remember it. Let me pull it up. I don't remember it exactly. But babe, I'll say this. Taylor Decker balled out last game. He balled out in his last game. He hit something, right? Wasn't it like 100 starts or something with us? Yeah. So he's under contract through 2024. That's what it was. I don't know if I don't know. I'll be curious to see if they roll through it. He's only 30. I mean, that's not bad. As an offensive lineman, a lot of these linemen play till they're super old. The thing that's different with Decker, though, is he's more of a, I say this and it sounds bad, like a finesse kind of tackle. Like he's a little bit more on the movement skills than the power. So that could be a little bit of an issue, as he gets older. But, I think he's playing at a really high level. So it's more so maybe what comes down to the money. I'm never in a hurry to be cheap on tackle, and especially if Goff is my quarterback. You will not find me like, oh, hold up, we got to get this guy out of here because maybe we want to pay a receiver. Like, I wouldn't be doing that. Be like, nah, make sure that you got the tackle in. But, yeah, I think that's something interesting because then if you flip him, you could always get a maybe cheaper right tackle. That's a possibility. This quarterback class is loaded. It does seem like it's loaded. It does. Now, I haven't really gotten to the quarterbacks like that. All I've seen is I've watched it. Obviously, I've heard people talk about the quarterbacks. That's all I really know about it. Penix, I remember Penix back from Indiana. He was a dog there too. So there's that. I mean, those guys are going to go at the top though. Caleb Williams, Penix, those guys are going to go at the very top of this draft. For us, if we were going to take a quarterback, it would come into like who's that next wave because, only having one first round, it's going to be towards the back of the first round. So that's where you could throw J.J. McCarthy into that mix. But I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't make that move. 6th round. Do you guys think we extend Goff? I think it's a possibility. I think I've said this for years, so I'm going to stick to it. I think the Lions do end up extending Goff, and I think he's going to be here long-term with the Lions. I just think that's what's going to happen. So that's also another reason I wouldn't take a quarterback high. I think the Lions extend Goff. I think they're going to keep him around, and I think he's going to earn that. I think he is earning that, and I think he's going to continue to earn that. They're going to keep winning. They win a playoff game this year. He's going to earn sticking around with this team. His contract, and to that point, next year his contract isn't a problem for us. It's not going to be something that's insane to deal with. So I do think he ends up getting an extension here. I mean, it's difficult because it's so far out, and that'll affect everything else on the team. But I think because of how well we've been able to draft, he'll end up getting an extension here, and he'll end up just sticking around with us. Should I start Quentin Johnston versus Detroit or Khalil Shakir versus Denver at flex? Khalil Shakir's been having it rolling, so I would almost think Khalil. Quentin Johnston is going to get his targets because they don't have Joshua Palmer, so he'll get a couple targets. Though I like how we match up with Cam Sutton. I can see them coming out early trying to get some shots to him, but I like how we match up with him in this game personally, and I don't think that's a biased take. But you do see the size. I mean, he's a matchup piece versus what we have. He matches up just in a different way. So I think there's an argument to go that way, but I go Shakir because he's been cooking. And I really don't know if Buffalo has the number 2 receiver. I mean, I still don't know they do. I get the guy Dalton Kincaid, he's not a receiver, he's just a tight end, but he's kind of became that in a way. I still don't think they have a real number 2 receiver. So, yo, YouTube just hit me with an ad, dog. Hold up, time out. Is that a thing? See, look, I didn't. All right. They hit me with an ad. That's crazy. Can I get some wow, okay. See, I think that's that YouTube updates. All right, let me see. Is this thing on top? Why are we looking at that? I don't know what's going on. All right, we got the ticker on the screen for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Okay, no extending Goff. I think he gets extended. That's just my prediction. I think he does. You guys know I'm a big Goff guy. And you know what I will say? So I was on a show. What show was this? I was on a show with, I don't remember what show it was, but I remember we were talking about the quarterback position, and it was like, oh, okay, rank the quarterbacks, that kind of thing. And it's always difficult. There's so much nuance that goes into it. But I remember I said this, I think like a year ago. There was like a vibe, all right? There was a vibe, right? When Goff came here, everybody around Jared Goff, there was always a vibe like, yo, this is going to work. It's going to be successful. Just give it a little bit. It's going to work. And I guess some of that probably came from maybe LA because it was successful. I mean, the first year was bad, but then it turned around and they got it working, and it was like they were kind of used to being, being a winning team. And it felt the same way here. Even when it was at its lowest, it always felt like there was a vibe. And I don't know, like I don't really have anything to compare it to, so it's tough. But you could just feel it like from that side. It was like, yo, this thing's gonna turn around. Just give it a second, and then it did. And here we are. And I kind of get that sense that like they're part of winning football. And I think you kind of feel it when you're around it. So I think that's a huge part too. And again, yeah, I think he'll stick around. But I'll get off that question. I just hope we don't lose Ben Johnson. I hope so too, but I think he's going. Like, hey, that's one thing they don't really release is the contracts of coaches. I don't know how much those dudes are getting paid. I don't know none of that stuff. But dang. If there was some way we could keep that guy around, I'd be on board. I don't know. See, here's the thing. Like, I almost feel like I could see a scenario where he stuck around and Aaron Glenn didn't. Like, Aaron Glenn seems like eager. Like, yo, I get the opportunity. I'm out. Like, okay. But Ben Johnson, I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. All right. I want to talk about this real quick. So this is a little, and we can go back to the players here in a sec. This is just random. So I had a dream earlier this week. It was early this week. It wasn't like today, which is random. But it's probably because I hadn't seen football in a minute. So I was like, okay. Jack Campbell had an interception. All right. Now, this is not really like based on anything that I've seen. I just had the dream that Campbell had his first pick. People were fired up. I mean, it was electric. So in a way, I'm like, hold up. Maybe Jack Campbell gets his first pick. I don't know that my dreams have ever panned out and been successful. Like where I've dreamt something and then it came true. I don't think that's ever taken place. But I don't know. I wrote it down because I was like, oh, that was weird. So I just wrote it down, took note of it. Here we are. Maybe it happens. That's not my pick. I mean, maybe he's like showing blitz and he drops out. Herbert throws it because he doesn't see it. I could see something like that. He was right in midfield, picked it off, and it was fired up. So I don't know. Maybe he does. Yeah, this is a little side note there. All right. Do we want to go to that? Okay, we'll go to that in a sec. They have Gabe Davis, who's technically number 2. See, and that's the thing. I'm not a big Gabe Davis guy. I mean, they had Gabe Davis. We played Gabe Davis. I wasn't like, when I remember preparing for that Bills game last year, Thanksgiving, and watching Gabe Davis, he didn't like instill fear. Like, I wasn't like, yo, that dude's a guy. Like, I didn't feel that way when I watched Gabe Davis. No disrespect to Gabe Davis. You know what I mean? But I just didn't feel that way. And to me, it felt like when they took Kincaid, it was like we're kind of trying to find that next number 2. And I think for them, efficiency-wise, if they get more consistent, like who's our number 2, and to your point, right, if he's not there, I mean, that affects it all. But I think that could add a lot more efficiency to their offense. I mean, that's probably a whole nother story. But I don't know. I'm not a big Gabe Davis guy. 24-9. I know, yo, that's whack though. It's not whack. So I took Cleveland in that game. That was my upset pick. Yo, first drive, dude picks it off, all right? They bring Kyle Hamilton to blitz. He picks it off. All right, how does that happen, okay? Then Deshaun Watson gets hurt, dog. How does that? They were playing them tough. They was 17-9. They couldn't punch it into the end zone. Shout out to the Ravens because their defense is ridiculous. But, like, bro, they're playing them really well. I'm like, okay, they are matching up. I thought they could match up. They're matching up well, and then boom, there you go, another touchdown. Now it's probably out of especially, I don't know if he's still out or not, but if Deshaun doesn't come back or if he's not out there right now, that game's probably over because their back quarterback position is a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. It's an absolute disaster. And I didn't have a lot of confidence with Deshaun. I was just like, yo, maybe this is the game where Deshaun Watson starts to do some things. And he's done a little bit today, but if he does some things, maybe this is the game that it works. Oh, goodness. It just ain't clicking there, bro. The quarterback position ain't clicking over there. You're a diehard fan when you're having dreams. I know, dog. And it was like on a Monday or something. Like, we had a lot of time. I've had a lot of those dreams in the past. A lot of times they're bad. A lot of times they're like we lose or something, and I wake up and like, oh, man, I'm glad I woke up. I'm glad I woke up, dog. But no, that was random. This is just one specific player. So I don't know if that was like a message, but I thought I'd relay that message. Maybe that means something. I mean, maybe like we need to talk. Okay, let me make sure I didn't miss us. So I put JMO at the top. That was a new addition today. Players to watch. I put JMO at the top just because of the reason that I just went through. I think the other ones, though, pretty explainable. I think Aleem McNeil has a big game today. I mean, really anybody on this defensive line. I mean, people were in here saying Hutchinson has anybody on this defensive line could have a big game. I mean, Rashawn Slater, he's a good offensive tackle, their left tackle, but he's beatable too, especially with power. You know, Josh Pascal could potentially do some work on that guy. So I think every defensive lineman in a way could have success today on paper. But I do think it lines up best for Aleem just because of what he's going to have to do. Maybe even like not just what I think he's capable of because of the matchup, but also what he's going to have to bring to the table for us to be successful specifically against the run. So I'm putting Aleem McNeil on there. And then Brian Branch, same kind of thing. That's more of a matchup thing. I mean, I think Brian Branch is going to be in the mix a lot. Probably see a lot of Keenan Allen. What's the plan to take away Keenan? Third downs will probably send help his way. So for me, it's like, okay, stopping their tight ends and stopping Keenan Allen. You're not going to do it. You know, Keenan's going to get touches in this game, but I'm very optimistic that with Brian Branch, who'll see a lot in this game, you can have success, but Branch also for the run defense too, because we know the Lions are like way more successful statistically when they have an extra DB on the field rather than a linebacker. So that aspect too. Last week he helped us against the run. Probably throw that in there too. What do you think about Josh Reynolds having a breakout game? 11 for 105, 115. Man, see, it's tough because I don't want to say no. Like, I don't want to say no to any of that. Now, I will say this. If you just looked at it statistically, right, they're a heavy zone team, top 10 in the league. Josh Reynolds hasn't been dominant against zone coverage this year. You start to look at St. Brown, who, again, I think he'll more help his direction. You start to look at Khalif Raymond, not as much Josh Reynolds, but when you watch Josh Reynolds on the field, his production maybe hasn't matched against zone, and I think that's a little bit more of kind of how our offense does it in terms of what we're asking, like what we're actually looking for. But at the same time, Josh Reynolds, like, he does really well with timing. So I don't want to say no, because I do think that, you know, if Josh Reynolds sees a lot of Michael Davis, he could win that matchup a lot in this game, right? Especially if they're leaving him one-on-one. I think he could win that matchup a lot. I like that matchup. I think that's a situational matchup for me in a sense. But I would stay away from 100-plus yards. I don't get the sense he's in line for something like that. But one of these outside receivers absolutely could. I'm leaning more Jameson just because to me it makes sense. But you know what he's going to bring to the table, reliability. So the biggest issue, honestly, with all the outside receivers is this, pass protection. It's not them. It's can we get the ball to him? I mean, that's the biggest. I mean, if it's 3rd and 10, you're going to be in trouble, right? And now if it's 1st and 10, okay, we might get a shot to him. But that to me is going to be the biggest problem that we have to deal with is can we just hold up to get the ball to those guys? And that's why we got to keep the field short. It's why Montgomery, I think, is going to get a lot of touch. I don't think Montgomery goes crazy. All right, I don't think Montgomery's going 100-plus in this game. I would love it. I think he goes 100-plus. We absolutely win this football game. I think we'll comfortably win this football game. But I don't think he does that. I mean, maybe like 50 yards, closer to that. But if he's just consistent, I think that's huge. Can't let the Bears get Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison. Man, the Bears, they're probably going to keep Justin Fields, to be honest with you. I'll say this, though. Appreciate, what the Bears are doing. I didn't love the Montez Sweat trade, but they handled business. They got the dub against the Panthers. That's a good win. Hey, look, I think Tyson Bagent gives them the better chance to win than Fields. That's just me. I mean, when I watch him, like, Tyson Bagent isn't, I mean, he's bad when he's like, things can get bad when he's forced to pass and they have to pass and he has to drop back and win that way. But when Tyson Bagent's able to play in a tight game on schedule, he's tricky. He just does enough. He does the right things and he does some things, with his legs. I don't know. This better not be Ravens 2.0 game. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. Now, how could that happen? How could that take place? The way that would take place to me is if Austin Eckler goes crazy, because that's a real possibility. It hasn't been there statistically, but it's a real possibility. The way that this thing gets out of hand to me is Austin Eckler goes crazy, because if he goes crazy, Justin Herbert's going to be successful. Justin Herbert can get some iffy decision makings when he's in 3rd down, but he's legit. All right, we know he's legit. So it would be if Austin Eckler is going crazy, averaging 5+ a carry, cut back runs. That's where things could get shaky, because then you start to throw in the fact that they're going to get pass rush. our run game isn't clicking. Like, to me, if they completely outdo, like, if the run game difference is like, yo, they go for 150, we go for 30 yards, this thing could get bad. This thing could absolutely get bad. But to me, I think it'll be a lot more close on both sides, where both teams will be kind of like, not so great run of the football. Not so great run of football. And for that reason, I have it somewhat close, but I think the Lions have a better passing attack against their defense. I do. And I think if we stay on schedule, we can hold up in pass pro. So that's why my score is a little bit lower. Who's got it better than us? Okay, I see you. I see what you doing. I messed that up. Be honest, I just read that. I messed up the alley-oop, man. I'm my bad, highlighter. I'm sorry. Would you trade Goff to draft Marvin Harrison Jr. and go with Hooker next year? No, I would not. No, I would not. Because I'd have to be making that decision on what I've seen so far. No, I would not. I don't know anything about Hooker, what he looks like really. I remember seeing him throw at training camp, but I don't think Hendon Hooker was ready-made coming out of college. To be honest with you, I didn't think he was ready-made, like, not to immediately start. And I think you just see that, like, I don't think he's there. And to me, with what I've seen so far this season, we're winning football games. I would lean on Goff, handle business. You're going to win football games with him, and because of that, you're going to be in contention. So I would not do that. Also, like I said, I don't have an issue with this contract next season. Even if an extension didn't get done after this year, I wouldn't have an issue with this contract in 2024. So I wouldn't do that. Marvin Harrison Jr. would be great. I mean, it'd be awesome to have that, no doubt. But, like, again, for this offense, I don't want to say it's a luxury, but I don't think it's a necessity for this offense to have that piece. It'd be awesome. It'd be like a Madden team. Like, hold up, we just got Marvin Harrison. That's awesome. But I don't think it's a necessity for this offense to honestly win the whole thing. I don't think they need that piece. And again, Jameson's a different type of piece, but there's a reason they draft him high. They want to roll for those guys, but I don't think that's where they're going to need that. I don't think they're going to need that there. It'd be great, but I wouldn't do it. Vikings are creeping up. We have to win this game. Vikings are handling business. Shout out to the Vikings, man. They're handling business. I mean, the cool thing about it is, to be honest, unless, like, we keep winning and they, they just start losing, they have a lot of winnable games coming up. So if they beat the Saints today, which looks like it's going to happen, it's probably going to come down in some way to our final last 3 games against them. So it's almost like, if this thing isn't like a huge gap, really, regardless of what happens in the next 5 weeks, it's probably going to come down to the head-to-head matchups. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like it's going to be hard for us to avoid a head-to-head matchup being the deciding factor of who's going to win this division. So, I mean, in a way, it's a good thing. You hope that maybe you can build up a gap, though, because there's a chance. But, again, they have a lot of winnable games coming up. So, I don't know if it's going to happen. Them beating the Saints today would be massive. They're up 16 right now. I don't know. I took the Saints in that one, by the way, so that's looking bad. Dang Saints, bro. Hey, and honestly, the Vikings defense, they're showing some stuff. Though the Saints defense offense has been like completely who knows what the heck is going to be out there. Worst case scenario, Seahawks game. Lions should be like the Bucs game. I could see that. I think that makes sense. All right, I could see that. That's kind of why I went with the lighter score because again, I don't think the run game will be dominant. So in that game, it was kind of the same way. Lean on the pass game. A lot of Goff being high completion percentage, being very effective passing the ball. You got the JMO shot. Yeah, I could see that. I actually I could see that. Yeah, I think my score kind of represents that. I see you, Benny. See, Benny followed it up. Benny helped you out. I missed that. I think our defense stands up, and I want to see some pass rush. That'd be great. This is a game to do it. It's definitely a game to do it. Extra $40 million, we'd have free. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. Wait, what did he say? Oh, it's the same question. Did I already answer that one, or did you put the same question in twice? All right, I'll make sure. J-Mo needs to go across the middle. Hey, he did, and that's the clip that we showed, right? Him going across the middle on this play, speed in the slot, and he could be utilized here this week just to draw off coverage as well in this game. This one wasn't exactly that. That was this look man zone that they gave you, hit the zone side, but that's also something where even if he's not getting the ball, his speed could be very effective in the slot. And what I like about this play is with having Jahmyr Gibbs out wide, because Jahmyr Gibbs has speed too. So because he pushes vertical, you can pull that corner out. You basically get him one-on-one with that safety, and the safety can't help on the flip side because he's dealing with the slot receiver once it goes vertical. So I don't know. I just got to say this, man. I absolutely love what Ben Johnson does week to week. He's always got something different. He's always bringing something, even if it doesn't always work. He's always bringing something new to the table specific for that team. And I'm sure this is the case with pretty much most coordinators, but you can visibly see it with Ben Johnson. You know, you could easily pick it out like, yo, he's doing something for this game. So I love that. Yeah, I'll have to get to Malik. I can't say nothing about him because I don't really know him like that. So I'd have to get to him. Crap defense, but good run defense. It's a good run defense. And that's the weird thing. They have a good run defense. A lot of it's built on the edge defender play. It's also Kenneth Murray and the linebackers. Eric Kendricks is a huge addition for them. He's opened up a lot for Kenneth Murray. Kenneth Murray plays extremely fast, and I think he's really dialed in a lot of his discipline so far this season. He's been on point. He's been on point a lot this season. So their run defense is good statistically, but I think there's holes, and it's specifically in the interior. There's no reason to me if PFF wants to rank them here, people want to say, oh, Lions, man, best O-line in football. That's awesome. It sounds great. But if that's the case, show me today. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason you don't show me today. I don't see why the Lions wouldn't be able to show me today, yo, we're the best offensive line. That doesn't mean you got to go crazy. But you should be able to get some movement in the inside because they don't have great pieces in the interior. They have a couple nice pieces, but they don't have great pieces. You should get moving inside. You're healthy. Frank Ragnow, Jonas back, Glasgow right guard who's played well. And at the same time, like, the tackle position, you're going up against elite, so you're going to get losses. 2 elite has been awesome for them, the edge out of USC. But, again, those are our dudes. Like, Taylor Decker's big-time dude. Mize on cap hit, $19 million next season, right? Penei Sewell, top pick in the draft. Like, there's no reason I'm looking at that personnel versus personnel, and I'm saying, oh, hold up. We can't run the football in this game. To me, we should be able to run the football, and I think Montgomery makes sense because of where they're weak, but at the same time, Jahmyr Gibbs could absolutely pop some runs because you watch like the Breece Hall game, you're like, oh, hold up, like, Breece Hall couldn't really go crazy in that game. But there's a lot of teams that run a lot of the same things against this defense, and you'll see a lot of running back usage specifically in the pass game. And I just don't think there's a lot of guys that move like Jahmyr Gibbs in space, and that's where I think it's just different. It's just different dealing with Jahmyr Gibbs and dealing with Breece Hall in space. It's a different matchup, man. That's what he was here for. That's what he drafted for. He's different. Was Gibbs open on that streak? Yeah, I mean, look, we can show the play again, absolutely, but the ball's not going to go there. He's pulling the cornerback. My dream scenario is Rams cut Stafford due to salary cap issues. How interesting. It'd be interesting, but I'm not on board. I'm going to say no thank you to that. I love it. I'm here for the interesting, but I'm not on board with that. Like I said, man, I'm full in with Jared Goff, what he's doing. He's handled it like a pro. I ain't even looking that direction no more. Plus, Stafford, he hasn't been able to stay healthy, unfortunately. I'm a big Stafford fan. I'm still a Stafford fan. No question. I'm going to continue to be a Stafford fan. But Goff's that dude for me right now. He's that dude right now. He's handled business. You don't get complaining for him. He does everything right. And to me, there's no reason that I'd be even thinking other quarterback at this point. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't even cross my mindset. Especially after drafting Hooker. Now, last year, look, I liked how Goff played, but I was still like, yo, I want to take Hendon Hooker. We got Hooker. So now it's like, I'm not even going to look that direction. Goff hasn't given me a reason to look that direction. Let's go get that dub. I love it. So, chat, let's start the transition here. I want to show, should we show that now? Let's save that. I'm going to save that for the live stream. I'll save it for the live stream. Let's start the transition. I want to talk a little bit about some predictions in this game. Who we think has a big game. And also give me some score predictions. Put those in the chat. Give me 1 second, chat. Let me get my water. Okay, my water is next to me. It's not over there. My bad. My water's right here, chat. So let's do that. Let's transition, man. We showed the inactives. I'm going to pull those back up on the screen for anybody that missed it. Anybody that's just joining, how you doing? We're going to be live after this. We have the other stream already set up. We're going to go live over there. Fans repping. Michael Banks is at the game, so there's going to be some noise over there. I can tell you that. If there's one thing I tell you, there's going to be one guy going crazy, and it's going to be him, okay? There's one guy going to be making an impact there. Here we go. Let me put this on the screen. Oh, gosh, that is not the right thing. Okay, hold up. My bad. That's not the right thing. I was trying to show the inactives here. Here we go. Inactives. Okay, cool. So these are the... Yo, what are we doing, dog? Okay. Dang, man. All right. We got 2 pages of inactives up. Yeah. I can't with this. There's no... Hey, I can't explain what's happening right now. It's just happening. All right, okay, we're here. Here's the inactives for the Lions. Let's start with the first question. I see y'all throwing scores in here. I see y'all. I want to start with the first question. Who has a big game? Let's go offense first. Chat, let me know who has a big game today on offense. I want to hear it. My picks, I'm going to cheat because I can. You know what I'm saying? I can cheat. All right? We talked J-Mo. I think I made a compelling argument. My picks are going to be, though, Sam Laporta, because I think they'll lean zone. I think Sam Laporta cooks. So I'm going to go Sam Laporta has a big game. I think Montgomery's impact is important, but I'm going to go Sam Laporta has the big game in this one. All right, that's my pick. I'm going to stick with my prop pick. We'll see how that plays out. Jameson scores, receiving touchdown. I love that. It'd be great to get him in the end zone. 31-17 line. Okay, I see you, Jordy. I mean, I did kind of mess that up. Y'all are throwing score predictions. That's on me. DPJ falling where Marvin left off. That's messed up. LOL trading for an injured wide receiver. Typical. Okay, see, look. Phantom, you got it. Phantom, I need. Here's what we need. I need guys like Phantom. Here's what we're going to do. This is. we're gonna bring a truck, right? Like one of them big trucks with the big opening. You know, y'all see that? What's that movie where they make the pool in the back of the truck? I can't think. I'm not a truck dude. Okay, so I don't know what they're called, but you know what I'm talking about. Where it's like empty. You know, what I mean, you put stuff in there. You put the wood in there. You put a pool in there, right? Here's what I'm saying. We need to go around and pick these dudes up, and we gotta get that positivity. All right, we gotta get y'all all together and be like, believe, dog, believe it's working. We're 6-2, dog. Some of y'all need a little bit of that. That's cool. I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But here's the point. That sounded crazy. Here's the point. So I want to see what chat's saying. J-Mo was zero. Oh, wait, I read that wrong. Targets, 0 catches today. Okay, well, if he's getting targets, I think he gets a reception. So we're on the same page for half of your statement. I like that. And like I said, I didn't do my J-Mo, my prop bets. Part of that is I kind of overlooked it coming in just because his role hasn't been that consistent. So when I'm doing it, I'm not really thinking like, oh, yeah, this guy's going to cook. But at the same time, I think the matchup's there. Like, if it's going to happen, this is the game for it to happen. There's no reason. Only reason it doesn't if we can't pass protect. But that's because we can't run. That's because we won't be able to run the ball at all. That would be the reason. But the matchup's there on the cornerbacks to do it. I think he could have a big game. I'm going to roll with Sam Laporta, though. He cooks in this game. How's St. Brown feeling? 100 for him if he isn't still messed up. I don't know. That's a good question. I have no idea. I mean, I don't know if I have no idea. He's always like, he seemingly haven't been dealing with like a little ankle, coming into the year. He's always been dealing with something. He's always just pushing through stuff though. So shout out to St. Brown. He's just pushing through, man. He just gets out there and plays. St. Brown statistically would be the choice for sure because he's 8 up against zone. They play zone. It makes sense. I just don't see a world where they let him go crazy. But at the same time, in saying that, it's like, okay, how do you not let him go crazy though? You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna play man, St. Brown's gonna eat. I like their slot corner, but he's gonna eat. If you're gonna play zone, he's probably gonna eat because he always eats against zone. So it's not a bad pick. Tracy Walker with a pick. Okay, I like that. Let's go to defense. My bad. I was gonna go there. We're gonna go to defense. Tracy Walker with a pick. Goff 4 TDs. Dang, 4 TDs. Okay. You're a realist? Man, I don't know. You a little bit negative, dog. You a little bit negative. I think there's a gap there. All right? I don't know what being a realist means, to be honest. We won't go down that discussion. I don't know what that means. You know what I mean? But we don't need to go down that discussion right now. St. Brown, 12 for 127 and a touchdown. That's great. Love seeing Peoples-Jones on the roster. Peoples-Jones is not playing today. He's not playing today. My bad. This is inactives. If anybody's tuning in. He's not playing today. He's inactive. Part of that's probably the ribs injury that he was questionable with, but he was limited this week in participation. Other parts probably short week. But it did sound like, they did a pretty good job. I mean, look, Ben Johnson praised the dude. I mean, he had a lot of praise for him. So he'll be, like I said, I think we talked about in the trade video, like I think Peoples-Jones isn't going to be the kind of guy that's going to go crazy statistically, but he'll be big in spots. Like he may have multiple weeks where he doesn't do much, but then he'll have a week where he gets 3 receptions. You're like, yo, that was big time. You see that big first down that he had? That's kind of how I sense this. But at the same time, even if he's doing just that, he could absolutely get an extension. As long as he's there in the big moments, he could get an extension. All right, Hutchinson, 2.5 sacks, 6 pressures. That would be awesome. Hold up. Hey, I like that. BBFC, I like that. 2.5 sacks, 6 pressures. I'm on board with that. Hutch, 3 sacks. Okay, y'all feeling Hutch on this one. I like that. Aleem, 2.5 sacks. Hold up. I see you, Jordy. 2.5 sacks for Aleem. Yo, if we doing that, oh my goodness. I mean, look, it's not a bad O-line. So I don't make it sound like they're like bad on the O-line, but they're banged up. Specifically on the interior, they're not great. They just have a unique skill set at guard. That's what I'll say. They have a unique skill set at guard. Big offensive linemen. They create a wall when they run block. But they can be had, man. And I think that's why a lean matches up well. Because you need some of that quick. Like, if you want to combat them, throw a guy with some quickness out there. I think he can match up well here. Who do we play next week? That's actually a good question. You would think I would know that on top of my head. I don't. Isn't it a division? I'm going to look it up. I got you. I'm going to look it up. I've looked at this before. I have no idea. Oh, Bears. Okay, yeah, division. So we got Chicago at home. Then we go home again to play Green Bay. That's Thanksgiving. Then Saints, Bears, Broncos, Vikings, Cowboys, Vikings. I mean, there's a lot of winnable. I hate saying that because every game like feels like you could win or lose that one. So I don't like doing that. But yeah. Okay. He had a drop in practice the other day. Man, that's practice, dog. You're supposed to drop practice. That's practice, dog. How do you even know that? Phantom, how do you even know that, dog? Hold up. How do we know this? Okay, I'm sorry. We gotta, let me see what the chat's saying. Chargers 3 turnovers. That's big time. That'd be huge. And now here's the thing, though. To that point, Doug, that would be breaking a tendency. So this season, second best in the league. They only turn the ball over, I believe it's 6.3 or 6.8% of the time. Their drives end in a turnover offensively. That's second best in the NFL. So them turning the ball over multiple times especially would be kind of rare. But at the same time, that means that if you did that, you're probably winning the football game because it's just not something they do. So if you're doing that to them, you're probably having some positive results because they don't do that already. We'll get them. Hey, we'll get fandom. We're going to get people positive. It's all good. It's all good. We'll get them. All right. Now, I will say this, though. This will be a huge win today. I've talked to DoseOfDion. Okay, the realist. I talked to DoseOfDion, and this is the one that he's circling. All right. You know how we circled the schedule? He's circling this game. He's like, yo, if they do this, because y'all know. He's like the complete opposite of me. He's like, if they handle business here, if they beat the Chargers, I'm going to be all in. I'm like, wait a minute. We're 6-2. He's like, I'm going to be all in if we beat the Chargers. Well, all right. So, he might be all in if they handle business today. Well, so I get it. It's a big game. It's a big game. The spread's only 3. We're on the road. It's a 4 o'clock start. It doesn't usually seem to go well when we have to do that. But we've handled it. We went to Denver and smoked them a long time ago. We're coming off a bye week. So we'll see. We're getting healthy. Both teams, though, are both healthy outside of the Chargers receiving core. They're kind of banged up there, and their center specifically. Okay. The drills, Twitter, they're running through bags, dummies. Oh, okay, I got you. St. Brown is playing through said, wouldn't wish his ill upon the worst enemies. I didn't see that. Holy cow. He's dealing with that? I didn't see that. That's messed up. Well, I'm praying for him then. If that's true, I'm praying for him. I didn't know that was the case, man. Hopefully he's all right. Also, there was some other tragic news today. Just want to say, man, prayers out to them. TJ Hayden, I think he passed away, today in a car crash. So that was terrible. Lions did a nice little post there on X. DJ Hayden was a former cornerback of ours from the Raiders. He wasn't here very long. He was kind of like a depth piece for us, but man, prayers to them. That's terrible. I think there was 6 others involved. That was awful news to hear this morning. So, hopefully everybody's okay. That's awful to deal with. But anyway. Don't mean to end this on a downer right there, but is he gonna be on live stream today? He is gonna be on the live stream today. Yes, he'll be over here. You'll hear him. You'll absolutely hear him. Okay. Bye weeks scare me, to be honest. I feel like they're momentum killers. They absolutely could be. I could see that. I mean, you could say the Jaguars. Right? Both teams coming off a bye. Jaguars all of a sudden they're getting smacked today. And now, is that bye week or is that just 49ers played better. They matched up better. They played better. I mean, that could be the case. So, it could be that. It could be either way. But, yeah, I mean, you could look at it that way. Some people also look at it as, bye week's great. But if you're winning, a lot of times bye week's like, we're getting out of the losses. We're getting back into, okay, we can sit back. Hey, are the Patriots going to beat the Giants coming off their bye week? So, I get it. Texans look like they could beat the Bengals. Man, I took the Bengals in that one. But Texans got a lot of things going for them. Their defense is legit. They have playmakers, I think, on the outside. They just haven't been shown off. Now they're getting shown off by Stroud. Stroud, he offensively in college, he was a guy, process-wise, that was it felt NFL ready in that sense, and he's handled the business. Shout out to CJ Stroud. Okay. They just hit me with a whole ad You know what I'm saying? YouTube did me dirty there. So I'm going to give it a second, but I want to get into score prediction. Everybody got hit with an ad. I want to get into score predictions here. Drop your score predictions down in the chat. Let's get it rolling. Let's get it popping. We got about 30 minutes till kickoff. We're going to start the transition out, move to the live stream for the game. It's a different stream. Also, that top link, man, we're going to be live after the game with a post-game show on Bleach Report for 30 minutes to talk about this game. So here's what we want to do, man. We got to get to our score predictions. So let me know. Comment down below. All right, give me a score prediction down below. Some of y'all already threw it in there, but throw it in there again, man. Throw it in there again. See, here's the thing, man. I could see us. I'm looking at this. I sit back. I'm like, yo, we could score a lot more than I'm putting in here. But honestly, to kind of what Hungry Panda said about how the Tampa Bay game went, I get a sense that it would go a little bit more like that. But I could see, there's no reason that we couldn't score more than this. But we've also seen LA score consistently this season. They've had some bad ones, but they've also had some consistent game scoring. Overall, I'm going to stick with my score. I haven't been right this year. Maybe I am here. Maybe not. Probably not. I'm going 24-17. Lions get the dub on the road. They win by 7. It feels weird because it doesn't seem like we've had a lot of games that have fallen into this, like, oh, down to the wire, last touchdown kind of category. I don't know that this one does either. You know, maybe this is a little bit more of a comfortable win. But I'm going to go with that. 24-17 Lions. They win this game on the road, 7-2. And then it's like back-to-back games in a short week. So I'll say this, if anything, you know, like there's a lot of things we get heated about, and rightfully so. But I'll say this, I think the NFL hooked us up scheduling-wise this year. I think we got a lot of good scheduled-wise. Like to hit a bye week right before the short week with Thanksgiving, I think it's great. Right when it happened with the trade deadline was great. The toughest thing will be the away games at the end of the year, tied along with, you know, Vikings, Dallas Vikings. I mean, that is a gauntlet, and it looks like those games are all going to matter, but I'm still going to go, but yeah, either way, side of that, I'm going Lions win this game by 7. A lot of Lions predictions, which is good. I'm feeling the optimism in the chat. All Lions picks so far. 35-17, 31-17, 27-23. Okay, that's close to mine. 31-17, I like that, Jordy. 35-17, that was a confident pick. Couple 35-17, 27-10, 34-23. Y'all going a little bit higher scoring than me. I'm not mad at that. Lions, Bobby Boucher did it to you. You can do it. Oh, snap. Hey, oh, my goodness. 2013, I can't read. 2013, Herbert throws check down to Eckler as time expired. You mean they win? Or you mean like he shorts it short of the first down? Is that what you... Okay. I'm worried about Eckler, though. If there's one guy I'm worried about offensively for them, it's Eckler. Keenan Allen, I know he's going to get his. He's Keenan Allen. But Eckler's tough. And I think it's just hard to match up with an elite running back like that. Like, he's tough. So, I'm a little worried about him. I had a lady hit me on this last week, but she has the exact disease. Her face looks like the... Oh, well, hold up. Okay, I don't know what we're talking... I don't know if we're talking about something that's legit or not. How many PS5s are you giving out for correct picks? Dang. Dog, I don't even got no dang PS5 yet, yo. They scared me. We don't need to go down that. I'll say this, though. So, for the gaming channel, speaking from PS5, you know, I know, we always have the thing at the end. I said it's coming back, bro. PS5 hopefully is going to be here soon, and we're going to start doing that. So, if y'all want to get in, I know in the past we used to do, like, Warzone with subs or, you know, Fortnite's popping now, so we're probably going to start to bring that back. So if you're interested, because now everything's becoming cross-platform, stay tuned. But it's probably going to start with the scary game, because I got one that I'm super excited to play on the computer, and we may do it tonight. I don't know. It really depends on how the night plays out, but it's possible. 49ers blowing out the Jaguars. Yeah, they're handling business. Hey, Chase Young, hold up. That defensive front, ridiculous. Herbert makes our future OC look bad. Oh, my... Wait. Herbert makes our future OC look bad. Future new OC look bad. Okay, I'm a little bit confused there. You're talking about Aaron Glenn? No, you're talking about Kellen Moore? Is that what you're saying, making Kellen Moore look bad? Hey, I'm cool with that. Make him look bad. We never played Cold War, so we have, I'm down. Yeah, I'm down to play, what's that? MW3, is that what just dropped? I'm mad that Zombies mode looks trash, but I'm down to play that. So, yeah, I'm going to be open to playing whatever, man. Whatever y'all want to jump on, especially the cross-platform stuff. But, yeah, chat, I appreciate y'all joining, man. I'm going to get out of here. We're going to move over at about 4 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be live on the other show. It's posted on the channel right now, so y'all can click on that if you want to get in there and wait or whatever. And we'll be live to react to this game, man. Yeah, I mean, this is... Oh, hold up, Saints? Nope. Okay, let me just take a quick peek. I don't have the ticker on the screen right now, but I want to take a peek at who's doing what. So Pittsburgh is up 1 on Green Bay. Houston's up 10 on Cincy. Oh dang, they're really handling business. They're about to get that dub. Okay, Tampa Bay's up 20-6. Yikes. My picks this week are trash. Baltimore. Hold up. See, this is what happens. You start to feel good about yourself, and then this happens. This is how it goes. The Patriots lost this morning. That was so disappointing. Baltimore-Cleveland's a game, but Baltimore looks like about to score again. And, yeah, I think I may have like one pick right to this point. So, yeah, at least the show's funny. Outside of that, my picks are garbage. All right, we out. I appreciate y'all joining. Come on, Saints, you got a shot. Maybe. Wait, is Jameson Winston playing quarterback? Why is Jameis Winston playing quarterback? All right, I don't even know. We don't need to go there. We out. All right. He said buzz. That's crazy. I don't even got him on anymore. I just turned him off. I can't really hear much right now, to be honest. All right, here we go.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.